Hello dear viewer, I'm leesusss, and welcome back to Be Happy, you lovely people. Okay, so we've got a lot to get done in this episode. Let's get started fairly quickly, without further ado. So first of all, I'd like to invite you down to my basement of power. Now, if a strange man on the internet invites you to see his basement of power, I'd normally say use your own judgment and and don't go. But in this case, it really is just a basement of power. Nothing insidious down here. Okay, so now I've got a set of steps coming down and a glass roof so we can see inside. And I've just walled it off around the outside. I don't think I'm going to make it too decorative down here, but maybe some better light sources would be nice. But for now, where are we up to now? Okay, so a couple of additions. First of all, let's talk augmentations. Over here on the different dynamos we have the dynamo for the fuel and the dynamos for the oil over there. Azarus, you mentioned this, but it was something I was considering at one point already as well. I was having some augmentations in here because I don't know much about these dynamos, compression or otherwise, but I was looking up a little bit about them, and in the process I discovered, just looking through the wiki, there's a whole lot of augments, and looking at these after a while started to give me a headache. But most of them I don't think are quite so relevant. They are things such as, for example, making the run twice as fast, but for more power. Other machines other than just dynamos, or some machines have secondary outputs. Like, I don't know, you produce propolis, something. I don't know. But the point is, you can make the secondary output more common. So, for example, over here we know that the I'm not sure it works on these machines or not, but for example, we know over here that the where is it? Out of the squeezer, if we squeeze the apples, mulch is a secondary output. Anyway, I'm rambling. But the point is that there's various augments we can put in here, but only a couple of them are really relevant, I think, right now. And one of them is now let me get these around the right way. So there's two of them in here. So okay, so first of all, there's this one here which increases the amount of energy we get per unit of fuel, which is always a good thing, I think you'll find. There's a more powerful version of this, but we need to use cryothium and various other super cold things, which we hadn't quite gone as far as with the bees. But we can make one of we can make these. This is useful anyway. And the other one is this one here, which Azarus you warned me about, which is that these machines, I thought initially that these didn't, if they're full, but the power's not going anywhere, they're basically they're not doing anything, unlike some of the other sorts of machines, the buildcraft machines. But that's not quite true. Power does leak away from these, even if it's not actually going anywhere. So it's in my interest to have this machine in here, this field limiter in here, as I say, minimum dynamo output to 0 In other words, it's not going to waste any RF just because it's sitting here and the power's going nowhere. And over here I've already put the augmentations in here as well, but I haven't put them in this one. So let's go and make them, shall we? Let's go and make those so you can see what they're like anyway. And really like the stairs, by the way. I think it's a bit of an improvement than just the falling down the hole. And I'm going to improve this around here, but I need to knock this down and replace it with another building. But I will do, but not just yet. Why am I wandering over here? I need to be over here is where I need to be. So, first of all, we'll make the... Oh, I haven't figured which one it is now. Which one do I... Not that one. Let me just check my note. Hold on a second. Excitation field limiter. That's the one that I want. I do write some of these things down, you know. Where is it? Oh, there it is. That one there. This one's fairly simple. It uses the nugget. This has been a slightly changed from the mod. So if you see this in the wiki, you might see that it's nuggets as in 9 nuggets from a bar that you break up. But in this case, we're using nuggets that the bees produce. So lead nuggets with electrum in them. We've got loads of electrum because the bees ran for quite a long while. And was it like that? Or was it the other way? No, I've immediately forgotten it. Okay, that's because you've got it completely wrong. There we go. Like that. Lovely, one of those. And the other one was flux linkage optimization thingy. Where were you? You looked like one of these, didn't you? There we go. So this one's not too bad. Electrum again. I'm glad I made lots of electrum. The electrum bees aren't running right now, I don't think, but I can always run them again later. I mean, I've got so many bits out of here. The usual thing, we've got the silver bees are still running okay, not producing a huge amount, but it's only the occasional thing for the transmission coils that we actually need them for. And it was. Let's put it in the thing, shall we? So I don't waste your time forgetting it. There we go. And then the coil goes in the middle. And let's go and stuff these in the machine. I'm still at the point where I want to run down there and jump down the hole, but of course I can't. Whoop. There we go. So let's put those in. And these are now working more efficiently as well. So what else is happening here? Well, up here, we now have a refinery. Now, I said before that I like the look of the oil. I don't want to turn all the oil into fuel, even though it will give me a lot more energy. So what I've done, I've put a little branch over here. So any oil coming down from the oily combs, 50% will go into the refinery and 50% will go in here. Partly because this was getting quite full and not enough power was really going out to warrant it being completely full. So some of it's being turned into fuel as well, which is nice. Over here as well we have, by the way, these are hatches, carpenter's hatches, just to cover up the pipes under there. We should put another one there really, but I could do a rework in this possibly a bit better. We also have honey tanks. So all the as I'm processing the combs, the oily combs and the petroleum combs, you do get honey drops come out. So what I've been doing is I've been pumping them down from up the top, about at the top, into the, look, it's still going away, working away, see, slowly in the squeeze. This will eventually catch up. And it's producing, putting honey into here. Why honey? Well, honey can be used as a replacement for the apple juice over here, so we can use it to make biomass and biofuel. I mean, it's nice to have a big tank of honey anyway. It can be used for various things later on. The only negative here is the propolis. We are getting propolis regularly out of the squeezer as a secondary output. There's a secondary outputs again. And it is there isn't really a use for propolis, not in this mod pack. So we're just going to stuff it in here because there's nothing else to do with it. There is another possible use for propolis we can't actually use it for because how the mod pack's been changed, but we'll come back to that in a second. First of all, this thing. Okay, so you remember I was making biomass, and in fact I have made biomass, absolutely gallons of it, and the idea was to use all these the saplings. Oh, that's where you ended up. I wonder where this had gone. See, I dropped this the other day trying to do some work, and I had to make another one. It somehow fell into here. How did that happen? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so the millions of saplings that are coming down and the apple juice are going to get used to the biofuel, but there's no more room for the biofuel. The problem is this is not biofuel. Stop calling it biofuel. It's biomass. And the problem is I started to make one of these things, compression dynamo, and I can't, I'm with all the different names of biomass and various related fuels, I'm getting a bit confused. And you can't use biomass in a compression dynamo, or I think any of the dynamos like this. I was also looking at what was the other one, the flux dynamo, or one of the others? Anyway, one of the others. I was looking at that as one. It also doesn't work for that. So I started using this biogas engine. But, oh my god, these things are horrible. So we're back to Buildcraft again here. This is a dreadful machine. So this machine here, you have to put a bit of lava in to keep it hot. So every time you restart it, you have to warm it up. Once it's running, it's fine. And it keeps the heat produced from the fuel supposedly keeps it running. But to get it going, and of course it will be stopping and starting as power demands fluctuate, it needs regular lava. So I'd have to do something with the nether or something with lava production, and I could do it. I could use the tesseract to pump it in, but it's a pain in the backside. And this thing, you know, it's get out of the way. It's like this, but without the augments. In other words, I'm going to waste power if I leave this running all the time. I'm just going to be peeing this away, essentially. So I don't like these machines. I never used biogas machines very much before. I don't like it now. So the answer is to turn this into biofuel rather than biomass. But to do that, we need a different sort of engine. We need the bioreactor. And to make the bioreactor, the problem is we need, well, this lot's not too bad. Even the fermented spider is not too bad. It's the plastic sheets. Now, I thought I got around this. So, in theory, what we should be doing, this being bee happy and all the rest, we should be using a bee. I think it's the elastic bee or the latex bee to make plastic. However, in theory, what you should be able to do is use sticky resin from something else. And that is, if you, come up with the propolis, if you centrifuge or spin down, centrifuge or squeeze propolis, one of the two, you should get sticky resin out of it. And that can be then cooked into rubber. But sadly, it's been changed in the mod pack. So, if you look for sticky resin in here, it ain't in here, which is rather annoying. I think what they've done is normally again, oh, that's the mucus one, isn't it? The bees, the elastic bee or whatever, should produce sticky resin. But because that would cause a problem with people shortcutting, like me, being a cheater, I think they've made sticky propolis. I'm not sure, but anyway, the point is that we need to use... Is that the one? No, it's not even that one, I don't think. No, we need to make the elastic bees. So I might do that, just so we can get the biofuel working, but I don't know. What I'm going to do first, though, is I'm going to have a kip. By the way, so far, no ghasts have shown their ghastly faces. This seems to be working okay. I did worry about this actually after I made it, because, I mean, it's possible that a ghast could spawn in here, but because of the lack of space, it could spawn partly above, and it will be out and roaming around. But much like the spiders, for some reason, they don't want to spawn in there, which is fine with me. Hey zombies, is it alright with you as well? What other junk in there? Right. Before we do any elastic bees or anything else, where are we up to with this? So, last time you saw me, we were doing the point of making enough earthens to make earthen plus metallic to get blossom, and I think we can now do that. I think. I'll have to go and double check. What I think I've got over here is an earthen bee that is running to completion to give me a princess. Loads of earthy combs. We'll process those. So we'll let her run to get a princess. You lot are still going okay, aren't you? We'll have a quick spot check on the bees, shall we? See how they're all doing. You lot are all right, aren't you? Yeah, you're okay. I'm still making... Oh, wow, you're very productive there. Still making the supernaturals to produce the other elemental type bees, like the fiery ones and everything else. We'll come back to them later. Loads of stuff over here. Tin seems to have recovered slightly, so that seems to be going okay. Walk and talk to me while I go and store some junk over here. How's it looking in here? All okay? That's almost completely full. I mean, I haven't done much but putting new APUs and stuff down over here. Well, I guess I will do at some point, but I haven't done it yet. What am I doing? Storing stuff. There we go. Let's get this out of my pack. All this rubbish in here. There we go. Right. Are you lot all okay? So we're still working on... we're nearly done with the pollens, actually, I think, with the pollen clusters. So this is the one with the quest for... Is it resources? No, the breeding one. So we're really, really close now. Well, not on this one. Which one? I think we're nearly there on royal jelly. What I'm thinking is going to happen, though, is... Oh, this could be enough. Let's just put one here. Oh, I think we're still just shy. Oh my god! 4 more! Never mind. I think these quests are going to open... I think something else is going to open up over here. I think we're going to get... What's going to happen is we're going to have a whole bunch more open up with the more complicated combs. I think possibly. I don't know. I'll worry about it later. You lot, I think, can all come out. Woody combs. You're not actually doing anything right now. This is an empty hive. Apiary, sorry. Copper. Nickel. What else have we got over here? I have to check these occasionally to make sure they're not jamming up. Once you get too many drones, it blocks it all up. And you lot, I guess, have probably eaten all your frames as usual, haven't you? You have Get tired of resetting you lot. Again, another 16 frames gone. Right. Let me just go and sort my pack out, and then we'll go and check on these... we'll do the Blossom Bee. So I have my Earthen Princess, and I have... a lot of botanic drones. I don't think I need quite that many, but... Are we finding out of honey drops here? I know I'm faffing, sorry, I'm in that sort of mood today. Good stuff. Right, so if we combine these two together, this should give us the Blossom one. Okay. Get to it. Just going to store my... I can't store them in there. How am I going to store them in here? Let's have a look at you then, dear. Let's see what you like and what you don't like. Pollination speed faster. Interesting. Oh, I see a problem. Okay, fertility 4, great. Mystical flowers. Right. So the mystical flowers are the ones like this. Now, okay, so these are quite familiar to me from doing lots of regrowth. Now, we've been collecting these petals from the botanic drone. And what you do normally, in a normal game, what you would do is you'd find these things around the place and you would rip them out of the ground and pull their petals off to get the ones you use to make mana generating plants. Or if you're doing something like regrowth, you can breed to get these seeds, which we can still do if we want to get these seeds of different colours and to and then to have these plants growing in a field, and then you harvest the petals that you like. Okay, but in this case we haven't got these. If we bone meal grass, we should get them. But as it is at the moment, we aren't growing them. Otherwise, everything else looks fairly normal over here. What do you produce? Oh, I see. So you're like a botanic, in that you're like the second level botanic. So you make the same sort of things, but you probably make more of them, I'd imagine. So the question is, how am I going to grow these little gets without having any mystical flowers? Because if, for example, I put them in here, it's going to tell me no flowers. No flowers. So how do I get myself some mystical flowers? Because right now it's putting it's stymieing us on the Vazbe. Now, that's actually a bit of a problem, because now the whole point about the Vazbe, if I remember correctly, is that the Vazbe will make grass, the very seeds that make grass. Is that correct? Let's check on here. Is it of Z? Here's the Vazbe. And what do you make? Yeah, so they make the different seeds. This is the part, and the palm seed is one that will make grass. Okay. Now the thing is, you could say to me, well, why don't I just breed? Don't worry about culturing the Blossom Bee. Just use it straight away to make a Vazbe. But I can't, because I need to run the Blossom Bee to get a princess to be able to do any breeding. Unless... one second. Can I get a Vazbe by chucking something into the... No, she's not working, is she? By chucking her into the... one of the mana pools. I don't know, I'm going to have to go and... Oh! Floral? Which one was Floral, Princess? Am I going about this the wrong way? Have I wasted my time? Let me go and look this up. Okay, I may have solved this, but I'm not sure. So I think there was a missing part of this when I originally made this horrific tree through here, which is that after Blossom and Botanic you don't get Vazbe, you get the Floral, and then a Floral Princess will give you a Vazbe Princess. But I'm not sure about the drone though. It doesn't seem to do that very well. I'm not sure. We're going to have to see what we can do here, see how this works. 'Cause I'm a bit unknown here, and I think this is true to this pack, but not bees in general. Not sure. It's a bit confusing. We're in unknown territory here. Well, pretty much the whole pack is unknown territory for me, as far as I'm concerned. So the and the Floral, having looked at the Blossom, compared to the Blossom, the Floral appears to do similar things in that it produces the same sort of combs and the petals again. So much like Our Majesty here, but they also suggest maybe that we need mystical flowers for her to grow. And it doesn't really answer. I can't use the machine to breed the Blossom Queen with a Botanic to make the Floral, because I'm at the point of Queen rather than Princess. So the question is here, what do I do next? Has this done anything to my pack? No, not to my quests, not really. Okay, so if I only need one mystical plant, so to get a mystical plant, I know one way to get it. We can certainly go that route for the breeding if we need to. How are we going to get hold of these? It's not giving me an option of how to get hold of them. I mean, it'd be nice if these things... Mystical larvae? I don't suppose any of these plants cause mystical plants to grow. These bees cause mystical plants to grow, do they? There's a mystical queen. They might do, but I don't know. I don't really want to do breeding these ones. Okay, the only way to get these is to grow these things from here is by breeding, and the simplest one is probably the red. I think. So we're back to regrowth here. So you can this is crop sticks. Okay, so what you can do is you can breed various things together, like the dandelions and the tulips, and you can breed mystical plants together to get other varieties. So white plus green will give you lime. It's how you work your way through. Now, some of the earliest ones you can get are the reds, I think. Reds and whites. So let's go for the red. Red tulip and poppy. And poppies come from pumpkin and sugarcane. Well, we've got these already. So we just crossbreed these and we get a chance of getting these. Okay. The red tulip is a combination of the allium. Oh, this is where it gets allium and poppies. Okay, the poppies we've seen already is not too bad. And the alliums are the blue orchids, and the blue orchid is from the dandelion and the... Oh. You see where I'm going with this? See, I can get to here as well, the melons and the sugar canes. So typically what you do in like a regrowth is you have all the plants. You remember how I was making the super wheat over here? You have the plants and you keep crossbreeding them, and you work with the ones you've got to get the mystical ones. Well, you work to get the coloured ones, and you get the mystical ones from there. Am I going to have to do that? it may be I will. I mean, it doesn't really say, does it? Where are... I can't even remember where the Vazbees are in here. Did I actually have a task for to get the Vazbees? Or was it just something I was doing because it seemed like a good idea at the time? I don't remember. But I can tell you something, which is that I'm not going to put you through watching me do that. I can do it fairly quickly off screen because I know how to do it. It's just a bit of a bum ache to do it. So in the meantime, let's do something else, shall we? Let's go off and do so. Let's try and get plastic bees, or whatever the heck they're called. Okay, so now they're not elastic, they are called, come on brain, latex. Not, oh no, sorry. Latex is what you get. Latex comes in what you get, but I think they are from elastic bees. No. Okay, let's work backwards. A voyage of discovery. What was that? Drum contains something. No, the latex from the comb. From the comb, man. You being awkward, are you? Right. Yeah, again. I'll go and look it up. Well, now I'm just in a bad mood. And no amount of pretty butterflies are going to sort it out for me. You see, it is the elastic bee. If I can spell it properly. There's no elastic bee. I don't know what this pack has done with rubber and plastic. It may be that we can't make it, or they're not going to let us make it the way they want us to, because I don't know what I'm supposed to make it out of. See, it's rubber, but I don't know where you get rubber from. I can't seem to work out how to get rubber. Ball of glue. How do I get glue? I get glue from a fluid transposer, which that's what I mean. See, it's like, how do I get? Let's try glue. Go away, taskbar. This is getting me frustrated now. See, this is not what I want to do. How do I get hold of glue? I know I can get glue like this, but what does the glue come from? And that's a tank. It's making me angry now. Yeah, okay, so fine. I'm going to go to sleep and we're going to make a different bee in the morning. Nothing to do with this lot. Okay, so I've mindlessly picked a bee off of the list that I need to make, which is the one for Skystone, which heads towards applied energetics 2 and blooming quartz stuff and things like that. So we're just going to do it because I want to get something done. I mean, at least I've got a task off screen, I guess. I mean, I know I can do the breeding bit over there, but this is not what I wanted to do. This is not what I wanted to show you. It's a real shame. Right. So Skystone, go away. Skystone Bees should be fairly easy. I think what I need is I need 2 of the. Well, these are the ones we're making recently, haven't we? We're making we're making windy drones. So I've got a lot of windy ones, and I need to run the earthen one a little bit to get another earthen princess. But I can do that. That's fine. Okay, we'll do that, and then we'll see what happens next. Okay, so we have our earthen princess, and we have a windy drone. Should give us a skystone princess. I've calmed down a bit now. I was very annoyed there before about this sort of nonsense that's going on here. Also, by my pack, you can tell that the fun of breeding has already begun. No, I still won't be putting you through it. Why should we do that? Now, what about you lot? Or you, madam? Oh, great! Another one that does set fire to you. Likes hot and arid. So, I guess you're going to go in the... Oh, you make earthen ones again, and you make skyscrapers secondary. Okay, that's fine. So I think what we can do, we can probably take out. We've got so much of this damn stuff now anyway. Should we take? Oh, I'm going to set myself on fire first of all. Let's do that because I haven't done that for a while. Oh my god, they didn't actually set fire to me. Okay, let's take the Invar one out for a little while. What does she want? Hostile environment. I guess she probably wants hellish then. Well, let's put you in here instead then, madam. If you prefer that. No, you don't like that either. Right, first of all, let us move the demonic ones over here. Let's have a look at her stats again and see what I'm doing wrong here. We're not going to get any drones out of this, but I don't think we need to worry about that for a while. I don't think we need much Skystone. Could be wrong, but there you go. Hot and arid. Isn't that what the hell one provides? Well, I guess maybe there's something else in there that it provides. So what we'll do instead, we will keep her in the hell zone over there, but instead of, for whatever reason, maybe the temperature's off or something like that, what we will give her instead is the desert emulation and see if that makes any difference. You'd think hot and arid. Man, desert, wouldn't you? So, sure, why not? Let's see what temperature was specified. Is it the... We just said hot, didn't it? I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it for now. There you go. She hasn't set me on fire yet, and she seems happy. We'll leave her running for a while. We'll turn off the pump, because the stuff's going to go nowhere otherwise. I guess it would go into here, wouldn't it, really? But we'll leave her running. That was fun. What do we do now, then? What do we do now? Goodness. I think I've come to a bit of a dead stop here for a while. I mean, they've got other things I need to do, like making obsidian and stuff like that. I mean, what does the obsidian require? Pulverized obsidian. Again, I could probably just grind up obsidian to do this, can't I? But I suppose I should be doing it via the bees. I can make a whole lot of coils. 8 of each. That's fun. But I mean, these things are okay. You know, everything to do some coils. The coils access the best machines in thermal expansion. Able to use those upgrades I gave it to you and speed up some machines for faster processing. You know, they're all right. I mean, let me think. This one makes ice. This one makes magma. An assembler. I've already made an infuser. A transposer. That game, they're not actually very useful to me right now, I don't think. So, and I could make some emeralds, but what for? And I guess I could make the Tari. Right. I think I had so much plans for this episode, and it's not working. I think I need to go and do some planning. I think maybe what we'll do in the near future, we'll do some Botania. Okay, is what we'll do. I'll carry on with the breeding for the mystical flowers, so we can get these blooming Vazbes done. And I think in the near future, we're probably going to go Botania and get some mana production going. I mean, alright for now. I mean, actually, we're doing okay for mana production because this pool was actually full the other day. Well, not the other day, the earlier today. And I used it to fill up a mana tablet, which is quite good. So I guess we could do some more. I mean, we're going to need a lot of mana for the bees, for making the Vazbes or whatever. We're going to need like half mana pools at a go, but we can put some more in here as well. And we can get some mana production running up here. Maybe we get this was the idea. I mean, I've put these here for now, but what I really wanted to have was like a lot of hydrangeas and stuff making mana. Anyway, I'll do that next time. I think. I think that's enough for today. It's been a frustrating session. I'm not even sure how much of an episode I've got. Maybe just one episode out of this. I've been chopping and changing and stopping and starting so much. So apologies for that. I do plan these things, but they don't always work out the way I wanted it to. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.